The Bengals are 1-3. They're the worst offense in the NFL, and the defense, well, they haven't been much better. Where can the Bengals improve? Everywhere. How can they improve? That's the question. Let's try to answer that because the Bengals, they face a must-win on Sunday in Arizona. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and get to rivertowninquiry.com. Make sure that you do that and continue to support the channel. And shout out to the 38,000 plus that have already subscribed. And make sure you hit that bell so you get all of our videos. And let's dive in because it's been a struggle for the Bengals. There's no doubt about it. Offensively, the fact that they only have 3 touchdowns through 4 games is unacceptable. Their best playmaker, Jamar Chase, is on pace for not only a career high, but a Bengals record 123 receptions, and he's averaging less than 10 yards per catch. On pace for 123 catches and just 1,200 yards receiving. It's wild right now. And I'm not ripping Jamar. I'm just, even a good mark, like the number of receptions, isn't translating to yards. And so, how can the Bengals fix this? Well, first things first, everything around Joe Burrow has to be better. There's been so many people that have criticized the Bengals over the past 24 hours or so since Zach Taylor has said that Joe Burrow is going to start on Sunday in Arizona. We did a video yesterday, and I told you that Joe Burrow was going to start even before Zach Taylor made those comments. So I'm surprised it's surprising people, but Joe Burrow is going to play through this calf injury, barring any setbacks. And the Bengals want him to play. They think he gives them the best chance to win. Now they need to help him. And I think that's where it starts. They started with a pistol formation, and I'm not going to get too much into the X's and O's, but I think there's some obvious things that fans see, that certainly I see, that the Bengals could do offensively and defensively. Number one, on offense, make sure that you're as multiple in the ground game. Their rushing attack is as multiple as possible. And so he can't go under center. He's struggling with that because of the calf. Fine. Go pistol. Run the pistol because you can only run so many different plays out of shotgun from a running standpoint. And it makes it tough. It limits your run game. Joe Mixon's playing well. And I think, one, get Joe Mixon going like they have. Two, you can't get down in games like they did the other day where the defense gives up 21 points in 6.5 minutes. That's part of it. If you're down 24-3, you're not going to be running the ball much anyways, especially a pass first team like the Bengals. They're just not. And so to me, it goes hand in hand. Defense, running game, they have to be bigger factors. And yes, Zach Taylor, I think, has to stick with the run a bit more. At the same time, you have to be more multiple, have more variety in your rushing attack. And so run the pistol and go that route because the back line's up behind Burrow. He's still comfortable because he's in that shotgun position, but Mixon's behind him. And that's the other part of this. Joe Mixon's running the ball well. Is there anyone else that they trust to get carries and carry the rock in that backfield? Because if not, then maybe they need to go out and get Leonard Fournette and get another big physical back that can run the ball 8 to 10 times a week. Obviously, Mixon's the lead back. I'm not challenging that. I think he's playing really well. But if he's getting, let's say, 20 touches, and he hasn't been, that's what I would give him ideally this week, assuming they can get the ground game going and that pistol formation going. If it's 20 touches, well, you should probably be running the ball about 30 times every week. And I know that's more than normal for the Bengals, but right now you're kind of playing and you have to play those kind of games. But the only way that works, and let's flip it, is if the defense shows up. The defense can't get beat like a drum. The Bengals blueprint is kind of like the Titans blueprint was and is every single week. They want to get out to a lead. They want to lean on their run game. They want to use the run game to open up the pass a bit, and they need their defense to make plays. That's kind of it. That's their blueprint. That's their logic. They don't ask Ryan Tannehill to be Superman, and he made some nice throws the other day, but the run game was there to support him. The defense was there to support him. That's what needs to happen with this Bengals team. So defensively, you got to stop the big plays. I do not want to hear about Hollywood Brown this week getting deep and making big plays, or James Conner with multiple chunk runs, or insert whoever you want in this Cardinals offense that has been interesting. Wilson, I believe it's Wilson, that the rookie receiver. He's been playing well. I'll check that to make sure. It's early in the week. Obviously, we haven't done a ton on the Cardinals. But yeah, to me, these are all things that you're going to have. Yeah, Michael Wilson, just to be clear, third rounder. I knew I was right. I should have just trusted my instincts. That said, this Bengals team is going to have to win differently. And I think they knew that going into Tennessee. It just didn't work. And so they're going to have to make some changes, a lot of changes. One of which, again, offensively, I think more ground game, operate out of the pistol. You can't run out of shotgun the entire game. I get it. You can't get under center. To me, I would still stick with Joe Burrow. I know that's up for debate, whatever. I've been here long before Joe Burrow was. I know what it was like before him. I'm not going to say that opposing defensive coordinators are going to fear Jake Browning more than Joe Burrow, even if it's limited Joe Burrow. But you need to be able to put him in a position to succeed. And so I think the staff needs to find that magic elixir, that right cocktail of things. And to me, that's probably pistol formation, running the ball more, and then you got to find a way to generate plays downfield. And this goes back to the offensive line. The offensive line could not hold up against a Tennessee Titans front that is really, really talented. There's no doubt. They have a really good, talented front. And anytime the Bengals tried a deep shot, Burrow was getting cracked. He's just pat, pat, pat. He's feeling it, man. I bet he was really, really sore on Monday because he was getting hit anytime they tried a deep shot. From the one to T. Higgins, where he got hit as he was throwing, I believe it was the second drive, and he was second or third drive. It was in the first quarter. He's trying to launch it downfield, gets hit as he's throwing to multiple throughout the game. The one that he had, and I thought it was a good ball that Tyler Boyd should have caught, is the one over the middle. Those are the type of plays, as we continue to push this conversation forward, these weapons have to be better. I know Jamar Chase said he's always effing open, and I don't disagree with him. I think he has been open and he's doing what he can do, but they need more out of Jamar Chase. They need more out of Tyler Boyd. They're going to need more out of T. Higgins if he can play. Like that's part of it. That's what this team is right now. And so how do you fix it? You need your stars to be stars. Find a way to get the ball to Jamar, and he needs to perform like the best receiver in the NFL. They need that over the next 4 weeks or 5 weeks. That's what they need. And that might not be fair, but that's what they need. They need Tyler Boyd to show everyone that he's one of the best slot receivers in the NFL still. That's what they need. That's it. Now, offensive line needs to step up, going back to the downfield shots. I think Burrow is capable of throwing those. He was not capable of throwing them if you're not going to give him enough time. Obviously, he can't move around as much. That means the offensive line has to be that much better, that much more dominant. I thought they were doing a pretty good job going into that Tennessee game, but the Tennessee game was pretty rough for this offense, and certainly protection-wise. Defensively, you got to stop the run. You can't give up a bunch of rushing yards, especially on the road. It does not work. It eats up the clock. They had long drives in Tennessee, and the Cardinals would love to do that. They would love to slow that game down, no doubt. And so slow down the run, stop giving up so many big plays, and pressure the quarterback. Josh Dobbs is going to make mistakes. Ryan Tannehill would have made mistakes. If you pressured him, you put him in second and third and long, he's going to make mistakes. Dobbs is the same. And if you do that, I think you feel pretty good about your chances, not only this week, but moving forward. It all sounds easy. It's much easier said than done. The other optimistic point of view I can give you is that this Bengals team has adjusted on the fly. Driving home from Nashville, it was similar to that drive home from Cleveland last year when this Bengals team fell to 4-4 and they just got their head kicked in on Halloween. This team responds. I expect Joe Burrow to respond and be better this week. I expect this offense to be better this week. I expect Lou Anarumo and his defense to be better this week. So reasons for optimism. This team has been there in adversity. They've done that, and they've responded the right way. And they did so last year with Jamar Chase dinged up. Think about that. So T. Higgins dinged up, Joe Burrow dinged up. I get it. They're dealing with some injuries. Have to find a way to piece together some quality performances here before the bye week. We'll see if they can do it. We're going to have you covered all week long, and we will be there in Arizona. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Make sure you check out Rivertown Inquiry and rivertowninquiry.com, whether you're looking for CBT gear, and you can search CBT in the search bar, or all of their awesome apparel, shirts, hoodies. It's starting to get to be hoodie weather. It's right around the corner, even though it's been hot the past couple of days here in Cincinnati. Check them out. They're 2 locations, Findlay Market location, the Oakley location, and rivertowninquiry.com. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, this is Cincinnati Bengals Talk.